G'day there guys, Marky here, and welcome back to another episode of r/relationship advice. I do hope you enjoy today's stories. Now sit back, relax, chuck a prawn to the Barbie, and let's get right into it. Posted by user Long Jumping Yak, titled, I told my brother that I wouldn't attend his wedding. Me, 25 male, and my brother, 28 male, have never had a good relationship, and it's only gotten worse after I came out as gay. Luckily, our relationship has gotten a bit better over the last 2 years. In those 2 years, he met his fiancée. Her and I never got along because she doesn't like gay people. In her mind, we are sick. I had an argument with her once and she told me that I needed help because in her words, I am sick in the head and need professional help. It's not the only thing she's done and said to me, but I don't want to get into details. So my brother came to visit a couple of days ago. It was a surprise since he doesn't visit often. I let him in and we started talking. He told me he was getting married and I congratulated him. We talked for a while longer and he tells me that he has to tell me something. I asked him what was wrong and he tells me that he wants me to attend his wedding without my husband and instead bring a girl. I asked him why I can't attend with my husband and he tells me that it's how his fiancée wants it and that I should accept it since it would be only for one day. We got into an argument, and I told him that he just shouldn't expect me to attend since I wouldn't be there. After I said this, he told me that I'm an asshole and accused me of not wanting him to be happy. He left, and a couple hours later, my mum called me. She asked what was wrong because my brother told her that we had a fight. I told her what happened, and she told me that she would like to see me attend his wedding, but that she understands if I don't. My father, on the other hand, messaged me telling me that I'm an asshole for hurting my brother's feelings, but his reactions are nothing new. Honestly, I do want to attend his wedding because he's my brother and I love him, but as things stand, I will not go. Sorry if it's a bit long. Thank you for your time and have a nice day. In the comments, Milky Coconut says, honestly, you shouldn't go. Your brother refuses to leave a woman who is disrespectful towards his family. AKA, you. Your relationship might have improved, but honestly, I don't feel like it's enough. Now, wanting you to come where you know his wife doesn't accept you and he doesn't try to defend you, even if I understand that he is kind of homophobic, it's another thing. And even have the nerves to ask you to pretend to have a girl? You're married with your husband, for God's sake. It's not like he's just your boyfriend. Even there, I think it's problematic. That's not normal that you're being asked to deny your sexuality to attend a wedding. OP replies, I want to be there for him, but I don't think it's worth it. Like I said in the post, his fiancée has done and said a lot of stuff to me, and he only defended me once. I get we don't have the best relationship, but it hurts that he thinks so little of me. Him asking me to bring a girl instead of my husband really hurt. Not just myself, but my husband too. It especially hurt since we invited his fiancée to our wedding, even though she doesn't like us. My brother doesn't like that I'm gay. He accepts it to a point, but I never thought that he'd act like that. It just hurts. Ask him to come to your birthday, wedding anniversary, or something, but bring a man instead of his wife. See if that gets the point through, not the asshole. This is the level of petty that I aspire to be. Sorry, bro. If you can't fake being gay for a day, you can't be a part of my life events either. Leave wifey at home. It's a gays-only event. Unless she wants to bring another woman and stay away from you the whole time, then we're cool. Taco Bell says, you are not an object to look pretty in pictures. You're a human being, and asking you to come as anything but yourself is dehumanizing. I'm sorry this happened to you, and I hope you find a delightful chosen family. What a horrible thing for sister-in-law to ask. Stay home with the ones who love you. OP replies, it really hurts to hear that she wants it that way. No matter what she has done, I never thought she would be like this. I'm so sorry, OP. Our daughter is gay, and I can't wait to meet her darling girlfriend. Love is precious. All the best. Your family sounds pretty awful. I'm sorry you have to deal with so many bigots in your life. I would 100% not be going to the wedding. And OP replies, my mother isn't all that bad after her and my dad got divorced. My sister is the only one that I truly feel like she cares about me. My father is just, well, he's even worse than my brother. I can see why you maintain contact with your brother after all this time, but it doesn't feel like you should, you know? It's very obvious that he doesn't support your sexuality, and he's offering no pushback on his wife on his wedding day against her bigoted views. He's complicit in this. He's absolutely cool with discriminating against your sexuality, and he's pretty much forcing you to accept that. Those are not the actions and words of someone that's supposed to love you, that's supposed to be close to you and care for you. If this brother of yours weren't a spineless coward, then he'd tell his wife to piss off and let you bring your husband to the wedding, but he's obviously complicit. Update. I want to thank you all for your kind messages. I couldn't reply to them all, but I've read them all. You guys are really kind. Thank you. So I honestly didn't think about posting an update, especially so soon, but something happened today, so I thought that it would be right to post about it. After I made my post, my husband and I had a talk, and to keep it short, he told me that I could go if I really wanted to, but I told him that I didn't want to without him, so that's that. Now for what happened. Early this morning, I woke up to a lot of texts from family and even friends. They've been messaging me a lot after it all happened. I looked through most of them, but I decided not to reply since most of them were bad. So the morning goes pretty good, and me and my husband leave at 11 because we were going to watch his nephew's soccer game. He lost, and after the game was over, we just left and had some fun. An hour after we got home, my sister called me. I picked up, and she told me she and our brother had a fight over what had happened. When I asked what happened, she told me that she asked him why I can't bring my husband, and he straight up told her it's because he is ashamed of me. After he said this, they got into a huge fight, and she told him that she wouldn't attend either. We talked for a little bit longer, and we promised to meet up in a couple of days to spend some time together. I'll admit that when I hung up, I started crying. I always thought that my brother at least had a little bit of love for me, but I was wrong. I'm honestly planning on cutting him out of my life, and if he ever wants to be back in my life, then he has to show me he deserves it. I'm honestly a mess. I just want all this crap to stop. I hope he has a good wedding and that he'll be happy, but I'm done. In the comments, Azile96 says, "What a shitty thing to say. I'm glad your sister stood up for you. I hope your brother changes his mind. I hope you and your husband have a great time together on that day. Make it count." The Reaper Prez says, "Cut them all out. If your family can't love you for who they are, then they are not family at all. You're awesome and deserve love, respect, and happiness. I don't have the entire family history here, but it sounds like a few members of your family look down on you because of who you love, and no one needs that in their life. I hope your husband's family is more loving and accepting of you guys. There is no reason your brother couldn't swallow his homophobia if he really loves you, but as you said, he's ashamed. Sounds like he's only pissed because his bride isn't getting the picture-perfect wedding that she wants." OP might have thought that his relationship with his brother improved before the wedding, but to me, it's clear that the brother just learned to keep his opinions to himself. He never actually grew to respect OP. Facts. He just stopped showing it, not that he's no longer homophobic. Oh, he was showing it, plenty, by getting engaged and then married to a person who openly told OP that he was sick in the head for being gay. If he's so ashamed of his brother, why does he want OP there so badly? Just hire a stunt double if the main concern is just having someone who looks like they could be a sibling there. I would never even think to ask the gay people in my life to not bring their partners around. Like, wouldn't even cross my mind. And then to double down and ask them to bring a beard instead? It's ridiculous. Who someone loves and what they do in their bedroom is nobody else's business. All forms of discrimination are obviously bad, but I find it fascinating, infuriating, that homophobia often gets a large pass as just a different opinion. We really don't see that excuse brought up for other forms of discrimination. Yeah, no, honestly, it's good that the cat is out of the bag here, but I can't imagine feeling great if you're OP in this situation. I'd probably break down too if I were them. I do hope that this is the wake-up call that OP needs in order to cut his brother out of his life, because he obviously hates him. He's ashamed of him. It's not going to change. He's just using his wife to communicate the hateful feelings that he feels and that his wife is more than happy to be open with. Please, OP, cut these people out of your life. They are more harm than good. Our next post is by user Throwaway373339, titled, My girlfriend just gave birth to our first child. I know I'm not the biological father, and I revealed I knew as soon as she gave birth. I'll try to keep this short because I'm planning to go to a bar soon. I found out when she was about 6 months along. The guy, Brian, approached me at my work and said, "Are you Sarah's boyfriend?" I said yeah and asked what he wanted. He said he was sorry that he had slept with her and swore he didn't know that she was with someone. I don't believe that. He then pulled out his phone to show the texts between them. They had been sleeping together or linking up for at least a year. Then she found out she was pregnant and they came to an agreement to just pretend the baby was mine. In return, she wouldn't lose her perfect life and he wouldn't be responsible for a baby. I knew it was weird. We had been having problems trying for a baby, and all of a sudden she got pregnant so easily. But he explained that he had been thinking about it and he recently became a Christian. He said that he couldn't live his life knowing that I was living a lie while his child didn't know their real father. So yeah, I told him I'd keep in touch and to not say that he said anything just yet. I've had a lot of time to think, but ultimately I decided to wait until she gave birth, to hurt her in her most vulnerable moment. I'll spare the details, but she went into labor, baby was born, and was taken to the NICU to be monitored for a bit. What should have been a beautiful moment of me holding my baby was the most heartbreaking time of my life. Just knowing he was not mine hurt me. Once she was sewn up and comfortable, I started packing up my stuff to leave. She asked where I was going, and I just told her. I know I'm not the baby's father. You can act all shocked, but I know. Just ask Brian to come. I'm certain he'll sign the birth certificate. And then I left. She's been calling my phone over and over, even sending texts as I type this, and has even gotten her sister to call me a few times. It was hard pretending these last few months, but I think I'm satisfied. I feel really, really heartbroken though. I was planning to propose to her on the day our baby was born. I was going to make her the happiest woman ever. Oh well, I'm going to get shit-faced now. In the comments, Kirito390 says, "Get a DNA test just to be 100% sure the child isn't yours, but you did the right thing leaving her. Make sure that you have the text from Brian so she can't twist the narrative. Edit to add, you also need the DNA test so she can't put you on child support, because if you're in the USA, it'll be hell to get you off it once the court deems you the father." OP replies, "I'm like 110% sure that's not my kid just from looking at him, but I'll get the test." I get that, but it's just to be on the safe side. You wouldn't want to find out 10 years later that it's yours and you missed out on all the time and moments with the child. It won't hurt having something definitive that says you aren't the father. I plotted revenge against my ex-husband when I found out he was cheating on me when I was pregnant with our son. It felt good in the moment to stick it to him by telling the husband of his mistress what went on, but I was still miserable. It's been 3 years, and I'm still in therapy for what he did. Best of luck, OP. I hope you get therapy too. Everyman1000 asks, "How exactly did you get revenge?" And they reply, "I told the husband on his mistress that his wife was cheating on him. I made a viral video about it on TikTok so it got back to his family. He's in the military, so he also got kicked out of base housing after I left with our kids." Back up to the post, there is a small update. Head hurts, but I'm home and safe. I wasn't really expecting this to gain as much traction as it did, but I'll clear up a few things. Brian is going to be in the baby's life if it's his. I don't care what anyone says, I'm sure the kid isn't mine. I'll go get tested, but me and Brian have been in contact since last night, and there isn't any doubt in my mind. For those of you calling me a psychopath or whatever, I don't really care. You'll all forget about this post in a day anyway, while I'll have to live with this shit for the rest of my life. What I did wasn't amazing, but I don't care. All I ever did was treat her amazing, and this is how she pays me back. If you think this is fake, go read something else. It doesn't matter to me. Update. Hi everyone. I just wanted to start by saying I would have updated sooner, but it takes a bit to get the test results back. I've also been working on myself in the time being. Thanks for all the support. I'll cut to the chase. I am not the father, but I already knew that deep down. Brian and the baby are a match, so that pretty much answers the question. He is very excited to be a dad, even despite the circumstances. We've kept in touch this whole time, and he's actually a really great guy. Goes to church now, volunteers at shelters, etc. I'm not sure if we'll continue to stay in touch after this, but I wouldn't mind getting a drink with him every once in a while. I hope the kid does great in life. He should with Brian as his dad. As for Sarah, around the time that I posted, she had asked Brian to be with her officially since there was nothing to hide. As far as I know, he has not taken her up on that offer and just wants to co-parent for the sake of being in the kid's life. I think that's very smart of him, honestly. Me and her have talked as well. We talked about where it all went wrong. She felt as though I wasn't there for her fully and just felt unfulfilled, which I understand. I wasn't always the best guy, but I treated her the best I could. I guess it just wasn't meant to be. She started crying and I did give her a hug, but I made sure that she knew that it wasn't because I cared about her. She's offered to stay friends and for me to visit if I want, but I declined. I'm not really interested in keeping up with her and her kid, but I did give her the stuffed animal that I was planning to give our kids someday as a gift. She's been staying with her mum and has fully moved out her stuff. She asked me to keep her number, but I blocked her the same day that she finished moving out. So it's just me now. I'm not gonna lie, my heart has been super heavy, but I think I'll be okay. There's a cute girl at my work and we've been talking. She's a single mum and has been awesome so far. I explained that I wanted to go slow because of my recent breakup, and she understands. We've hooked up once or twice, nothing serious yet. I just want to be by myself for now, but I'll likely give her a shot when I'm ready. That's it for now. I'm depressed, but I'm working out now at least. I never want to talk to Sarah and will likely never see her again. It sucks because she is such a big part of my life, but that's gone now. Thanks for all the support. I'll answer questions if you guys have more. Edit. I just wanted to mention that I still don't feel bad about what I did. I can tell she's still hurting, but I definitely think it's deserved still. In the comments, RIP Sunnydale says, "Good luck. Just felt I should mention though, that repeatedly hooking up with a single mum from work is not moving slowly or carefully. If you really want to heal from your last relationship, I'd advise foregoing sex in favor of being single and hanging out with friends. Also, if you're feeling at loose ends, confused, etc., do a nice single mum a favor by being careful not to give any impression that you're developing feelings for her if you're honestly not interested in anything lasting. More people say they can do strictly friends with benefits than can actually do it." And OP replies, "Yeah, I definitely don't want to add more drama to her life with her being a mum and everything. I am interested in her, I just want to focus on getting myself in a good spot so I don't drag shit into my next relationship. The sex was her idea mostly. She said she was fine with casual stuff. I'd definitely be honest with her if I completely wanted to stop seeing her or didn't think that it would be good long term." Heretically Ever After says, "You handled that all incredibly well. I'm glad you gave us an update because this internet stranger was concerned and rooting for you. Everything meant for you will find you, and you'll be a great partner and parent, if you want, one day. Hang in there." Just to let you know, her excuse for cheating is so BS. If her needs weren't fulfilled, she should have communicated that instead of lying and waiting to find out if she could get away with cheating or not. OP, you handled this so well. I wish you peace in the mind. My ex-wife used this same excuse, but she was cheating even before we got married. She was an emotionally abusive woman as well, which caused other issues. Cheating is never an answer. And now, onto the final update, titled, "I'm the guy who waited until his partner gave birth before telling her I knew the baby wasn't mine. Here's how my life is going." I keep getting DMs asking me to update, so here's one. It's been roughly 8 months. Check profile for original story. No, I don't talk to Sarah. Screw Sarah. Haven't seen her. Last I heard, she moved to 3 hours away with her mum to be closer to some family. I kept seeing her around town a lot, so I'm beyond grateful that she's gone. She would attempt to have conversations with me sometimes in the first month after she gave birth, but that soon stopped. As for Brian, we text occasionally, and we did go out for that beer. He overall seems happy to be a father, but we don't talk about Sarah. I don't keep up with him much anyways. We are both hardworking men with jobs, kids, and lives to live, so it's kinda hard to keep up. I don't think they're together at all, but who knows? Speaking of kids, the woman who was a single mum that I started seeing, we're still together. Her kid is awesome, and I love being her stepdad, to be honest. So a big middle finger to those who told me to stop talking to her or that it wasn't gonna work. It may seem like we moved fast, but at this point, I don't care. I have never loved anyone more. We communicate properly, hardly fight. It is just so much fun. I initially was going to cut all contact with her after falling off into a bad drinking habit, but she really kept me grounded. I didn't meet my stepdaughter for a while, but when I did, I knew I couldn't leave. Being a part of this little family has healed me in ways that I literally cannot fathom. And before anyone says that I just used them to deal with the trauma of not having my own kid, that couldn't be farther from the truth. I'm in therapy, I got my shit together, and most days I don't even think about my ex. Hell, I even forgot about this damn account. Words cannot describe how much my life has picked up. Thank you, Reddit strangers, for being there in my darkest time of my life. Honestly, it helped. Hoping to propose to my girlfriend sometime in the future. That's it. Bye. In the comments, Kerrigator says, interesting. Big betrayal into immediately moving on with a single mother? You do you, OP. I'm wishing you the best, but damned if I'm not worried for ya. You forgot to add the little drinking problem, the cherry on top. Also, the fall from, I was great and treated her amazing, to, I wasn't the best, but I did what I could. Yeah, the I treated her amazing was a huge red flag. He lost me at the stuffed animal. If your girlfriend is 6 months pregnant, when he found out about the cheating, I hope you've purchased more than just a stuffed animal to give to the baby someday. Yeah, I don't get this. He went to full pregnancy and either was okay spending money on all the things that you need for a baby, or they bought basically nothing, and she was going to be the most unprepared mother in the world. No crib, toys, clothes, diapers, baby monitor. Was there even a baby shower? Newborns are not cheap. This just doesn't sit right. He says he's doing great in the updates, but the more he justifies himself, the worse it all sounds. Like, yeah, I may have moved on too fast and I'm already a stepfather to this child. It's been 8 months, people. And I may have had a drinking problem that my new partner saved me from, but I'm doing great. Great, I say. Yeah, there is something really weird in the tone. She betrayed me, and I wanted to hurt her as much as possible in her most vulnerable moment, and I did. Anyway, things are great now. She's a single mom co-parenting with a bio dad, who I've hung out with, and I'm a stepdad. Woohoo! The only glimmer of hope is that he says that he's in therapy. Above all else, let's hope he keeps that up. He says it's impossible he's rebounding or compensating for what he lost, but he calls that kid his stepchild when he's been with her for 8 months. They're not even married. He is not a stepfather. This guy needs more time in therapy. Yeah, I won't lie, I wanted to laugh at a lot of the things that this guy was saying because it's not normal. It doesn't read as normal. I'm sorry if he thinks it does, but it is concerning how fast he's moved here. It really sounds like he's compensating or trying to use this new family of his to mask a lot of the pain that has obviously come up. You don't just have a drinking problem crop up and then be like, yeah, but I dealt with that. I sorted it out. A drinking problem is not a fad. It's not something that just happens for a week and then disappears. The vibes are absolutely terrible in this post, and I'm going to echo what everyone else said here. I hope he's getting therapy. I hope he doesn't leave therapy, and I hope the therapy is actually doing a proper job at, pointing out all of the things going wrong with him, because from the outside in, this is a mess. This is so messy. Anyway, guys, that's where I'm going to leave today's episode. I do hope you enjoyed. If you did, let me know what you thought of it down below in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.